All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Sydney Winston. Right now, I'm covering the war in Gaza between the Jews and the Arabs. The Arabs in Gaza, as you know, have gone full Nazi against the Jews, and so this is what's happening. Let me just fade to the battlefield. Okay, so what we have here is let me just check my audio coming through. So what we have here is a kind of a battlefield scenario here, which is being updated. So at the bottom, right in this area at the bottom here, can you see my, yeah, you can see. At the bottom here is where the Israeli army, in the gray, is the territory they control. And you can see that they're trying to cut off the northern Gaza from the south. And it looks like they have, if you look down here, they've progressed all along this road, and they're trying to basically take all this territory right here, which would give them a massive buffer between North Gaza and South Gaza. As you can see here, this is and I'll go to the top here, and you can notice on the north west corner and the northeast corner, they've started to take territory, and I wouldn't be surprised if the army fighting here will just progress all the way down the border area, and it looks like it won't be too long before the Israelis have cut off the north from the south. Yeah, they're fighting all the way along there. So this is a live update from the map, by the way. So last time I watched it, this little strip here of gray just didn't exist. Now it's there, so it's perfect. In terms of added audio, the best I can do perhaps is bring in the live coverage from I-24 News. But I'm not going to do that right now. And it looks like we've got some chats. I'll tell you what. Hello, Henry. Before I bring you in, I need to set it up, so just give me 1 sec. Where have I got? Do I have anything? All right, let me try that. Just give me 1 moment, sir. No, we don't even need that there, do we? I'm going to bring the chat in at some point somehow. I'll bring this chat in. YouTube chat. There we go. Oh, that's not it. Oh, things are happening around me. I've got cats meowing. I have, where's that chat? There it is. All right, chat's in. And I'll just set it up nicely. There you go. Hopefully it's big enough. Okay, it's pretty crude. Oops, shit, I didn't mean that. All right, it's pretty crude, but here we go. So, Henry, let me just take your questions. Firstly, you said, I'm sympathetic with the Palestinians. They are the Indians, and the Israelis are the settlers. They have gone off the reservation. I get it. No, sir, you do not get it at all. You do not get it at all. How come? Oh, there we go. Hello. So you don't get it at all. What do you say after that? You say it seems that the Israel has the U.S. by the balls, and I resent that greatly. Again, absolutely a totally ignorant statement. What you made there. I would like to see Palestine become a secular state. Palestine doesn't exist. There is no Palestine. You don't get it. There is no Palestine. For Palestine to exist, Israel would have to cease to exist, because Palestine is defined by the Palestinians, by the Arabs, as from the river to the sea. In other words, exactly the same real estate that is currently defined as Israel. So for your dream to come true, all the Jews would have to be exiled and killed, imprisoned, enslaved, whatever. Palestine will never exist. There will not be a Palestine on the land that is now Israel. However, I want to say to you this, and that is Palestine, the Palestinian territory is Jordan. The country now called Jordan is essentially the Arab Palestine that was designated for the Arabs, but the British went and gave it to this non indigenous Hashemite family. They weren't indigenous to the area. They were from Arabia. But they just gave it to them anyway. But that's not Israel's problem. The problem is that Jordan will not allow the land of Jordan, which is Palestinian, to be renamed Palestine. That's what should happen. You're Henry. I hate to say this, but you're pretty ignorant. I'll get back to you in a minute. I just want to go back and see how we doing on the on the battlefield here. Let's see. Okay, so last update was this minute. Okay, let's try and keep an eye on this and see how quickly they actually get to the coast. Because once they do that, they've got north-south locked up. So the Israelis are an absolutely brilliant army. Just look at this. Let's see let's see how they're doing down here. Let's watch this area a little bit here. See, they're coming down this main highway here. What's this? Israeli forces have been continuously fighting inside Gaza since Friday night, now maneuvering to surround Gaza city. They're now maneuvering to... What is this? This one's got no sound. That is beautiful. I just love it. Yeah, I just want to bring myself on screen if I can. Transition and transition. Here we go. Move to the top. All right. So there I am. Okay, so I am absolutely loving what I'm seeing. The Israeli army is in the area. They are. There we go. They are in control. Let's see what else we got. Picture of the... Oh, here we go. Soldiers. See? Soldiers going in. This is beautiful. Jump to map. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. See that. Okay, 2 minutes ago this was updated. Let's go and see. We should keep an eye on this area right here. Bear in mind that it is, it's only evening in Israel right now, so 7:43 p.m. Henry Hansen, you are a Hamas supporter. You are, I'm right now calling you anti-Jewish. I'm calling you a Hamas supporter, therefore you're an ISIS supporter, therefore you're a Nazi supporter, Henry. So for the record, I am assessing that Henry Hansen, who is online right now in the chat group, is an enemy of the Jews. That makes you an enemy of Sidney Winston, Henry Hansen. But really just not a physical enemy. Like, we don't want to wipe each other out, or at least I don't. I'd rather change your mind than see you meet your demise because of your extreme radicalism and extremism. And the reason I say that is because look what this guy is starting to write. Yeah, I'll start to read it to you anyway. Also, I support the right of return by the Palestinians. Well, for the record, my friend, there is no Palestine for the Palestinians to return to. There are no Palestinians. They're Arabs. They're just Arabs. Don't call them Palestinians. Call them Arabs, because that's what they are. They're no different from any other Arab. They're just Arabs. So it's an Arab versus Jew war. Remember that. If you side with the Arabs, you are against the Jews. It's black and white. And again, another ignorant statement, how quickly the oppressed become the oppressed. You're so stupid, Henry. Do you not recall the night of October the 7th, when the Arabs entered Israel and massacred in the most horrific, atrocious way 1,400 lives. At the same time, they kidnapped and took as hostage into the Hamas Nazi tunnel of hell, 240 innocent people. You also should realize, Henry Hansen, that there is video of what the Nazi Arabs did during their massacre, during their atrocities. There is no excuse. Israel has every right to go in there and kill every single Hamas member, Hamas supporter and every single one who proposes Palestine from the river to the sea. They deserve to be eliminated. The world will be a better place, and the world will be a way more peaceful place without these Arabs, these extremist fucking bastard Arabs. I really hate them. I don't like them at all. So don't call them anything other than what they are, and that's they are Arabs. I'm sorry, Henry, you need to read a book. You need to read a history book. Show you what's going on. But anyway, enough of you. I'm going to go back down here and see if there's been any advance. Nothing yet. I just want to also say that I'm just going to be on and off here, pop up as it were, with whatever, whenever something comes up. Okay, there's three viewers, and only Henry is. Well, it's not true. Hold on, go to live chat. Oh, Henry, stop it. You're an idiot. Oh, you want to see? You want to see what Henry's written? Check it. This is what I lose with this guy is. Then he says, okay, the Romans drove the Israelites out a long time ago. What does that mean? So, if the Romans drove the Israelites out a long time ago, who was left? Just Romans? There were no Arabs in the region a long time ago. Also, I support the right of return by the Palestinians. That's stupid, because where are they going to return to? They're going to return to... There's no Palestine for them to return to, unless they return to Jordan. And Jordan gets renamed Palestine. Now, this is what he says. You are biased because you are a Jew garbage. Fuck you, Henry Hansen. Asshole. Arabs and Jews are both Semitic. Well, that's where you're absolutely wrong. I am not Semitic. Am I Semitic? In what way am I Semitic? Huh? You ignorant asshole piece of shit. You need a Jewish state. The Christians have the Vatican. You're an idiot. You know nothing about the region. Seriously, Henry, you're an idiot. But you're also entertaining, obviously. So let's have a quick look at the map here and see if anything's changed. No, nothing there. How about the top? How about the top of it? How about the top? Let's go. Let's see how we're doing here. Also, okay, so they're going down this highway, and they're here at this, let's call it a major junction. They're trying to, so what they're trying to do here, wow, that's quite, see, they're obviously avoiding too much of the built-up areas. So they're probably going to hold it. They're probably going to hold right there. Yeah. They're maneuvering to surround Gaza City. So we can see if we can watch the maneuvering. Where is Gaza City? Right here. Ah, okay. Gaza City is right here. That's the center of where all the Hamas that's where all the goods are. That's where they're shooting from. So the idea is to surround them and collapse the tunnels. And did you hear? Have you been reading what's been going on? When the Israelis collapse a Hamas, an Arab tunnel in Gaza, a building collapses right on top of it. A building actually collapses, and this has happened several times. Okay. Let's go. There's nothing different there. The only thing you really want to watch to see is what's going on down here. How come there's just this line with nothing? How come they've stopped? I do not understand this. Well, let me say to everybody out there, in these difficult times, to criticize Israel is to show yourself to be a Nazi, ISIS, an ISIS Hamas Nazi. If you criticize Israel at this time, you are a Nazi. Because Israel's in a fight for its very existence. Well, these Arabs, all they want to do is kill the Jews and move them out. That's what they want to do. If you don't know that, you know that now. And if you still support that, fuck you. You're a Nazi. And I don't like Nazis. Never have. And now I'm starting to figure out that there's really no difference between an Arab and a Nazi. Pretty much the same thing. So there you go. You support the Arabs, you support Nazis. And I'm very pleased to say that this map is looking pretty, not too bad, actually. As the Israelis finish their surrounding operation of Gaza City. I think maybe they're leaving this border area alone because it's pretty much already cleared. They really don't have to clear any more of it. It's already cleared. And maybe they will, but you know, it's not that much of a. It's not that much of a. It's not that important, not that urgent. But I still want to watch that. Are they getting any closer? I want to keep my eye. Let's keep our eye on this one. Let's see. Hello, David S. You also don't understand the situation in the Middle East. You don't understand the situation that the Jews of this planet are right now in. As an atheist, but also as a Jew, I'm just as vulnerable to attack by the Arab Nazis, Arabs and Nazis, I should say, as anyone else who's highly religious. So this is why I understand that you don't fuck with the Jews, you don't fuck with Israel, and you certainly don't tell the Jews that they need to be annihilated. This is what Henry Hansen is saying. Henry Hansen is saying if for the Palestinians to return to where they want to return to, which is Israel, all the Jews have to be moved out, or all the Jews have to be killed, because this is what the Hamas Nazis did. They just killed whoever they could in the most brutal, atrocious way on October the 7th. You guys have forgotten that, or you are willfully ignorant about that, about what actually happened. If you really knew what happened, you would understand that all Gazans are guilty. There are no innocents in Gaza. To me, and to the world, to Israel, even though they don't say it, everybody has to be diplomatic, but I don't have to be diplomatic. There are no innocents in Gaza. They all support Hamas. They all support the eradication and annihilation and elimination of the state of Israel to be replaced by their Palestine. Just understand that, all of you. But I really want to see these guys take, although there's a big built-up area coming up, so it might not be that. Yeah, I see where the problem is here. See this area here, it's kind of built up. It is a problem. What's this? South Okay, what have they got here? What is this here? This is the Hamas military wing publishes scenes showing its members blowing up several Israeli tanks and vehicles. Alright, let's have a look. See, they stick their heads out of a tunnel. Okay. So this is a war. This is a war, ladies and gentlemen. A war. An actual war. Where in this one you cannot be neutral, and you have to take either the side of evil, which is the Hamas, the Arabs are evil, Arabs are evil, Jews are just. Let's take that tank out. Oh my God! I think that was responsible for like 9 soldiers being killed. Oh. That's horrible.
يا رب اسمك الأعظم يا رب سدد رمينا يا رب اسمك الأعظم سدد رمي مجاهدينا يا رب إن هذا دين غيرك فانصرنا وثبتنا يا رب ثبتنا يا رب يلا فجر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
What else we got here? It's just pictures. So there you go. We're at war. This is the war. Okay, where are we here? Nothing. Still nothing. No further movement. They must be fighting one hell of a fight. Well, it's pretty sad that the 2 people that are watching the show right now are, oh, there's 3, but 2 out of the 3 people, 2 people are watching the show right now, and they're both on the side of evil. They're on the side of Arabs. They're on the side of Hamas. They're on the side of Nazis. They're just on the side of evil. Evil, evil, evil. But then, that's what ignorance breeds. People like Henry Hansen and David S., who are just plain evil. Yeah, I just got an announcement. Hamas. Okay. Let's go back to the top. I think what I'm going to do is find, for some background, let's actually listen to what's actually happening.
The proactive plan, Israel was attacked, Israel had to recuperate and strike back. Nevertheless, when one goes on a campaign, one has to know the end state. And what Jonathan Regev just described may be one of the end states, and that is cutting, dismembering the Gaza Strip, first from the sea to the border, then perhaps along the border itself, a security belt of a kilometer or two, up to the urban area, and then up north, just south of the border in the areas on the Tiva-Sarah area. In addition to that, an end state must consider the fate of the Hamas leadership and obviously of the kidnapped, the abducted. So when you take all of these considerations, both the territorial and the organizational and the abducted, you mix them and you see how it fits in with the air and ground maneuver.
And just to point out why Israel feels it necessary to completely destroy Hamas, we can take a listen now to Ghazi Hamad. He's a member of Hamas's political bureau. He's talking to a Lebanese TV channel. This is a clip that's been shared widely, including by the British Foreign Minister James Cleverly. So just take a quick listen to this.
إسرائيل دولة لا مقام لها على أرضنا. إحنا الدولة لابد أن نزيلها لأنه بالفعل هي تعتبر كارثة أمنية وعسكرية وسياسية للأمة العربية والإسلامية، يجب أن تنتهي. لذلك احنا لا نخجل من نقول ذلك بكل قوة، إنه إسرائيل لازم نأدبها وحنأدبها مرة ثانية وثالثة، ومش هذا حتكون طوفان الأقصى أول مرة، لا حتكون ثانية وثالثة ورابعة، لأنه احنا لدينا إصرار ولدينا قرار ولدينا إمكانيات أن نقاتل نعم. وأن نحارب، لكن كما قلت لك بدنا ندفع ثمن. نعم احنا مستعدين، معلش بدي أقول لك بشكل واضح، احنا اسمنا شعب الشهداء وبنفخر أن نقدم شهداء. احنا لا نريد أن نمس لا بالمدنيين ولا أن نلحق الأذى بهم، لكن أوقات لأنه في تعقيدات في الميدان صارت في منطقة موجودة، وكان هناك في احتفال وكان في سكان وفي منطقة واسعة ليست سهلة على امتداد تقريبا 40 كيلومتر. يجب أن ننتهي.
أن ينتهي وين؟ بقطاع غزة؟
ينتهي إلى لا بتكلم عنه كل الأراضي الفلسطينية.
كل الأراضي الفلسطينية يعني طبعًا. زوال إسرائيل؟
طبعا. وجود إسرائيل غير منطقي. وجود إسرائيل هو اللي بخلق كل هذه الآلام والعذابات والدموع والدماء. هي إسرائيل مش احنا ضحية الاحتلال، نقطة واخر السطر. لذلك ما حدا يلومنا، احنا شو اللي بنعمله في 7 أكتوبر، في 10 أكتوبر، في مليون أكتوبر، احنا اللي بنعمله مبرر. It is justified، مبرر.
All right, then so some of the Hamas leadership being pretty clear-cut about what their aims are. It's not a two-state solution, that's for sure. They want and they seek.
Yeah, it's a perfect reflection of the Hamas total Islamist ideology. Hamas does not recognize Israel, does not even recognize the Palestinian Authority and the Oslo process. It is not as if there is any room for compromise with the likes of Hamas, as distinct from the Palestinian Authority, where there is a territorial dispute and a dispute regarding the nature of the future demilitarized Palestinian state. However, what one can surmise from the speech we heard right now, is that Gaza itself, as a base for operations, is not essential for Hamas. Hamas wants to take over the West Bank and Israel. If it can survive in Gaza, fine. If not, it will go elsewhere and transform itself into another incarnation and work from there, which is why Israel must at least evict it from Gaza so that the south of Israel, the Negev, can coexist with whatever is west of it.
Okay, well, talking about a post-Hamas Gaza then, because that is Israel's goal, there are reports, this is in Bloomberg, that the US and Israel are exploring options of several possibilities, including a multinational force that would take power in Gaza.
So what do you think? What do you think should happen to the Gaza Strip once Hamas is eliminated and annihilated and the Arabs are eliminated and annihilated? The Nazi Arabs, I mean. If there's any Arabs left in Gaza after the Israeli extinction of Hamas, who should govern the Gaza Strip? I don't know. I don't really know. I'm going to leave that for you to ponder while I take care of a meowing cat. You can listen to this in the meantime.
The territory will have to be cleansed of all terror cells first.
All right. Okay. Well, I think we can bring in our senior US correspondent now, Mike Wagenheim. Mike, just talking about this potential idea that there could be a multinational force in Gaza post-Hamas, one that American troops could possibly take part in. I mean, is there any appetite for that in the United States?
No, I don't think there seems to be. And in fact, the Biden administration has already come out and said there are no plans to add American troops on the ground in Gaza post-Hamas, and with the re-election campaign coming up, especially with all the political implications that this particular conflict brings to President Biden, that Republicans can throw back at him. There really doesn't seem to be any appetite for sending more troops into the Middle East, especially in such an unclear circumstance with no definitive timeline going forward. This is a problem without a clear solution at this point. Israel does not want the UN's involvement in any way, shape, or form. It only really leads to bad things when the UN gets involved in this particular region, according to Israel. In terms of maybe the Abraham Accords countries coming on board and contributing in some form or fashion, that would seem to be the most logical solution. But again, those particular countries, while they may open up their pocketbooks in terms of having some governance,
I kind of think that it's a little bit early. Oops. It's a little bit early right now to start talking about who's going to run Gaza. There is always the possibility, however remote right now, but there's always the possibility that Hamas somehow has a plan that will start to attrit or erode the Israeli Defense Forces to the point where losses on the Israeli side are somewhat unbearable. It's unlikely, and it's quite possible that if that does happen, and Israeli losses are so high that the Israeli public decides that it's enough. Okay, there is that outside chance, but I don't think we should entertain that right now, because on the battlefield, Israel is achieving objectives, I think, way beyond their wildest dreams. No, just kidding. planned objectives are being achieved. And what I want to see is the full cutoff of north from south. Once they do that, and then once they... And another thing, we don't know what Egypt's going to be doing regarding refugees between now and the end of Hamas. We don't know. But what I do want to see is Israel annihilate Hamas, its members, its supporters. Anybody who says Palestine from the river to the sea is an enemy. Anyone who says that. Don't even say it as a joke. Okay, let me just see what my haters are saying in the chat. Haters. Well, you know what? What would the internet be without haters? Yeah, see how they're being silly and stupid and idiotic? You know, they're talking as if this conflict happened 1,000 years ago, and now they're making comments. Oh, this side, that side, I don't support either. Blah 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 blah. You can't not do that. You can't be a Nazi, a Jew hater, and say, "Well, I don't support either side," because that's what you're actually saying when you say, I'm neutral, I don't support either side. You're saying you're on the side of evil. And for that, I condemn you. I slap you on the wrist. Naughty, naughty people. That's right, David. You're a hater. You're a Jew hater, that's for sure. So is Henry Hansen. You're both Jew haters. You see, this is what happens. I come onto the show. I start a stream. I'm a strong secular Zionist. Very strong. A Jew. I'm an atheist, but it's allowed in Judaism. And then, hello, Hila. And then the people who enter the chat are Jew haters and Nazi supporters and Arab massacre and atrocity supporters. Maybe Hila is on the side of justice and good. You see, there's another thing. He says, again, I'm going to, when I read out what you guys say, I'm going to read it in the real world, okay? What he's saying is this. Jews treat, here it is, he says it here. Jews treat Arabs like crap. You hate them. I hate Arabs. Well, I kind of do. They're my enemy. I hate Nazis. They're my enemy. Doesn't that make sense? Do you hate Nazis or you like Nazis? David, Henry, you like Nazis? Well, now I understand why you like the Arabs. Because they're one and the same ideology. I would like to also tell you that my Discord room is open for discussion. Okay, these guys are just trolling now. You are a Jew hater, Henry. You're an Arab lover. You're a Jew hater. That's the way it is. Arabs are Nazis. Arabs are ISIS. Arabs all support the annihilation and elimination and the destruction of the state of Israel. So fuck you for supporting them. And if you've got something to say, come into my Discord and I'll switch it over. I will switch it over. And I'll teach you something. I'll teach you a thing or two. You guys are an absolute... Well, you know, I can't really fault